Why would you choose a heat network? Very much depends on the sort of building or the specifics of a particular project or application. Heat networks, unlike some other lower carbon heating technologies, don't particularly require a massive amount of change to the building infrastructure. They can be used on retrofit and on new build. It's one of those things that in the planning stages people need to take a close look at what the benefits would be either of a heat network or any other low carbon solution that they have available to them, because there are pros and cons to all of them. In terms of why you might particularly choose a heat network over other low carbon technologies, where you have the opportunity to either make use of existing service pipework or where you have the opportunity to lay the new pipework, there can be benefits of using the heat networks. If you look inside the buildings themselves, certainly compared to traditional combi boilers where you have to run a gas supply into each individual property and you then have to flue the products of combustion, for a heat network, the only pipework you need really is to carry the flow to and from the appliances. So you're saving on running the flues through the building. You also have obviously no gas pipework running through the building other than what you might have into a basement or into an energy centre if you have a plant room in the basement of a high-rise building potentially. So you'd only have a gas connection to one point of a building. So you have an increased level of safety there with a heat network. You're also able to cut down on the maintenance costs for an end user potentially because they won't have any annual safety checks. This can be a benefit both for the end user and it might be a landlord who owns a property. So in that respect, there's a benefit to them. The heat networks give you a scalable solution. So where you have almost a kind of a foresight to plan it properly, you can make allowances for future connections onto the network. So you might not have the demands for it from day one, but you have the opportunity then to consider any future development that might take place in the area and allow for that in the design of a system, so that anybody coming in a later stage, any buildings that are going to be constructed at a later stage, or any existing buildings which might in future be able to connect onto the network, you can allow that network to expand and to grow.